Welcome everyone back to Anonymous Addiction, Deprogramming Podcast. Now, in the last podcast, we did two wives. That was chapter 8, and that was the indoctrination of the wife into the program, kind of teaching her about this family disease, kind of setting it up. You know, if you go on a bunch of my other podcasts, you'll be able to connect the dots, put the puzzle together, and see where the design and how it was created and why it was created. This disease concept, family disease. Okay, so the family afterwards, chapter 9 in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, what hasn't changed. This was written in 1939. They will not change anything in it. It's on page 122. People will say, well, why are you getting into this, Bobby? Why are you deprogramming this big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, 164 pages? Well, the industry is changing. Alcoholics Anonymous, the Rockefeller Foundation, in the very beginning and years prior, going back to Prohibition and the temperance movement and all the religion outcry of alcohol and drugs, it started way back then. The takeover of the medical and education, it started with educating the medical and educating colleges, universities, doctors, lawyers, courts, Hollywood, government, state officials. It was 1939 was the beginning of the indoctrination into the public, into society, creating this disease concept and family disease, and pushing the 12-step ideology onto society. I do this because it's changing. Everything's changing. It's starting to change. Rehabs are starting to give people choices. Okay, they're starting to allow other choices. The clients are allowed to go to different types of meetings. I find that eventually, I believe eventually, they're going to do away with this. They're going to change the big book to suit the narrative to today's market, so they can sell more books and continue to incorporate and market the books and all the propaganda to society, so they can keep on making money. Let's start out with the family afterwards, chapter 9. Our women folk have suggested certain attitudes a wife may take with the husband. Now, this is, remember, this is Bill talking. Bill wrote this, right? Back in to the wives. They get the wife in. The wife starts to go to meetings. She starts to adopt the 12-step philosophy. She starts to go on this so-called spiritual experience, which is just God. God's mentioned 13 times in this 14 pages. Not higher power, not doorknob, God. So Bill is setting this up. He got the wife in. Now they got to get the family, because you know Marty Mann, Jarnick, and Brinkley, they're in it together. Rockefeller's, you know, the puppet master, and so they got to pump this out. They got to pump it out to the family. All members of the family should meet upon common ground of tolerance, understanding, and love. All members of the family. That's the second paragraph in. This thing is to indoctrinate the family system to adopt the family disease concept, but there's no solution. There's no solution. Not one solution in these 14 pages in this book. The only cure that they're saying, Alcoholics Anonymous is saying, is the 12 steps and God. The 12 steps and God. Because it always goes back even to the wives or the family afterwards. They want them to go to the 12-step modality, the 12-step philosophy, the 12-step ideology, the religion of the 12-step. They want them to all join the 12-step. That's why the Al-Anon was created by Lois Wilson. That's why Alateen, to get to small children, was created. So you have the alcoholic who is the center of attention. He is the almighty now, the alcoholic. So follow him, wife or husband, follow him or her, and all the family follow the two primary spouse, the leaders of the family. I don't care if it's grandparents taking care of the kids. They're going to go in-laws, they're going to go in relatives, they're going to go in. Check out a lot of people. You'll find a lot of people, their grandfathers were in Alcoholics Anonymous, so they go in. Their dads were in Alcoholics Anonymous, so they go in. That's the to-go place, okay? So they want the people, the family, to have tolerance, understanding, and love for the alcoholic. Now they say alcoholic in here 15 times in 14 pages. 15 times, alcoholic, alcoholic, okay? They're labeling the father or mother or whoever, the grandparent, whoever, they're labeling the person alcoholic. The person has the disease of alcoholism, but it's a family disease. He just don't have it, or she don't have it. The family has the disease. And this is the solution and the cure, the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous and God. It's written in written in the fall of 1938, addiction as a family disease. The alcoholic wife, children, in-laws, parents, you name it, it's to go. This is the book they're going to pass on. The more resentful they become, they're telling the family what to do and what not to do. They're not giving them any solutions. They're just telling them what to do. This is a what to do for the alcoholic, okay? Not for yourself, because you have to join with him or her. It is not each trying to arrange the family show. Years of living with an alcoholic is almost sure to make a wife or child neurotic. Well, living with a crazy person that's, look, I'm saying crazy, I shouldn't even say that, but you could label me insane back then when I was habitually problematic, using drugs and alcohol. Okay, you could have said I was insane at certain times, and being around me was not very nice. Okay, I have to admit that. The entire family is, to some extent, sick. So they're neurotic, they're sick, and they're ill too. Suppose we tell you some of the obstacles a family will meet. They want to tell you the obstacles because they want to give you the solutions for what you should do. It's almost like you're responsible for daddy and mommy's problem, okay? And Bill's going to show you how to deal with your mommy and daddy. Remember, they're in the program now. This is the family afterwards. They're assuming that your mother or your father is in the program now, okay? Or just today, the son or daughter of the family, the grandmom or grandpa, they're in the family. Here's God. God, they believe, almost owes his repension on a long overdue account. But the hand of the house has spent years in pulling down the structure of business, romance, friendship, health. These things are now ruined and damaged. Though our buildings will eventually be replaced by finer ones, the new structure will take years to complete. Of course, it's going to take years because they have to stay in there for life, and so do you. It's a lifelong program, right? So your daddy, mommy, grandparent, grandfather, grandmother, son, daughter, they have to stay in for life because this is they're saying it's a progressive disease. Even when it's inside of us, they're saying it progresses. It's one day at a time. You have a reprieve, a daily reprieve, but it's progressing inside the body. They even say that if you stay away from alcohol for 5 years, it progressed for 5 years. So when you take it, it's going to be 5 years worse. You know, at one point, I believed that shit. I believed that BS. I never liked the word alcohol. Never. I never liked them defining me and giving my identity and saying I'm alcoholic. I never really liked it. Let's see here. But the wise family will admire him for what he is trying to be rather than what he is trying to get. They're telling you how to feel. They're telling you how to feel, what emotions to have, how to act around. For the drinking career, I like when they say career, they always used to say it. I used to say it at one time, my drinking career. For the drinking career of almost every alcoholic, you know, over and over, you got to, repetition is the mother of brainwashing, also the mother of skill. Alcoholic has been marked by many episodes, they call it episodes. Escapades. Funny, humiliating, shameful, tragic. The first impulse will be to bury these skeletons. Alcoholic's past thus becomes the principal asset of the family, and frequently it is almost the only one. Here's where they start using the family. First of all, they got the husband and wife. Now they're going to get the wife in. The husband's in, the wife's going to come in. Next, the family's going to come in. Now the Al-Anon creation of the Al-Anon program. This painful past may be infinitely valuable to other families still struggling with their problems. See, they're setting you up. They're setting this up for the Al-Anon program so we can pass this on, become servants, and pass on this message. And the message is 12-step ideology and God. Now, I don't have a problem. Look, it's a religious program. If you believe in religion and you believe in God, I don't have a problem with that. Just admit it. Don't try to disguise it like into something else. All the Catholic Church, look, I was raised Catholic. I know what Catholicism is. They'll all send you to Alcoholics Anonymous, the 12-step program, because they know it takes you to God. Plus, they're making Matt Talbot a saint. You know, they want to pump in people to the Matt Talbot retreat. And I talk a lot about that on other podcasts, Connecting the Puzzle. All the other religions, most of them will send you there, but most of them believe that God will take care, just like Alcoholics Anonymous believes it, but it's a separate religion. Alcoholics Anonymous is its own cult religion out of all the other religions. All the other religions believe that if you come to their church, God will heal you. I don't have a problem. If you believe that, I'm going to show everybody how that's true. Alcoholics Anonymous is true. I'm going to show everybody how it is all true and why it is all true because of you. Because there's one common denominator out of all the programs. Al-Anon, Alateen, ACOA, CODA, you name it. I don't care if it's the Freedom Model. I don't care if it's Life Ring, Smart Recovery, Harm Reduction, Harm, HAMS, CRAFT, Smart Recovery, Life Process Program. I don't care what program, Sinclair Method, MAT, CRAFT. I don't care what program it is. There's always one thing in common. And it's you. It's me. Because it's not the programs. It is us that do the change. We just give credit to all these programs. Here on Anonymous Addiction Deprogramming Podcast, we are reprogramming and learning how to create our own programs, because we are the programmable. We are the programmers. We're programming our own self. We're learning how to take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that, stir it up and make it our own, creating our own program and our own destiny, learning how our minds, mentalism, cause and effect, consequences, all that stuff that I talk about in all the different podcasts. It's us. We are the solution. On this podcast, please check us out at Anonymous Addiction, at My Truth About AA, as Bobby C sees it, on Facebook. It's a private group. It's free. It's international. It's a network. I send out all information from all the spectrums. But you're going to find out that you're doing it. It's about time people give themselves credit. You know, it's like, do I have to go around saying I don't smoke anymore? I live a smoke-free lifestyle. Okay. I don't have to go around saying I'm abstinent from alcohol. Do I go around saying I'm abstinent from smoking? I'm abstinent from abusing my children. I'm abstinent from whatever. No, I just don't do it. That's my choice. It's the power of choice. I choose not to do it. Today, I don't like the word abstinence. I don't like the word moderation. I don't like any of the words that are being used today. To me, it's just like, I don't even have to talk about alcohol because I choose not to use it. I don't use illegal drugs. Do I believe in medical use of pharmaceutical industry drugs? Yes, if you really need it. Do I believe it's being misdiagnosed? There's misdiagnosed and it's been given out like candy? Yes, I do. See, I'm not left, right. I'm everything. I check at it all from the 0 to the 100, from all in between. You know. Let's get back here. I just got off a track a little bit. So they're using the family now. We're diseased. They call them the family diseased. There's really no solution in the book. Their only cure is 12-step. So for example, we have a situation in which the alcoholic and his wife had many love affairs. But don't rehash them. Okay, don't talk about them. Okay, forgive. Under one provocation or another, the aggravated one would unearth the old affair and anger cast its ashes about. That happens to all of us. Bringing up the past is bullshit. It happens to me all the time. People bring up the past to me and use the past against me as a bully, as a weapon. This podcast, we're going to teach you about those things. They're not just going to tell you about them. They're going to show you how to deal with them. Okay, not just talk about them. Let's see. In most cases, the alcoholic survived this ordeal without relapse, but not always. They're talking about relapse. They want the family to understand that your father, your husband, your wife, your kids, or whatever, they're going to relapse. They're going to come back in, but bring them. Always make sure they go back to Alcoholics Anonymous. We, the family of Alcoholics Anonymous. Now listen to this here. We, the family of Alcoholics Anonymous, keep few skeletons in the closet. Everyone knows about the other alcoholics' trouble. We, families of Alcoholics Anonymous. That's Bill talking. It's not the families. That's the prelude. This is the whole foundation of getting everybody developing Al-Anon, Alateen, which is all 12-step program, 12-step ideology. You got CODA, you got ACOA, you got so much money. We're deprogramming the multi-billion-dollar recovery industry, addiction recovery industry trap. That's what we're doing here. And yes, Anonymous Addiction Deprogramming Podcast is international and it's a network, right? Don't forget to subscribe, please. Help us out, will you? We alcoholics are sensitive. You know, this is Bill writing this. It's, you know, be careful, please, family members, kids. Your dad's sensitive. You know, you have a responsibility to watch out, watch what you say and do. And this family afterwards is going to teach you what to say, what not to say, what to do and what not to do. Okay. Many alcoholics, let's see what I wrote down here. The alcoholic boy, censorship of drinking, quitting drinking is only the beginning. It really isn't the problem. We know that alcohol and drugs aren't the problem. Okay, they're like an easy fix. They're a quick fix for the real main root cause. You know, when I used to drink, I used to escape. I used it as an escape to go away. You know, people use it today as an escape. I mean, let's admit it. Alcohol is a drug. Drugs are drugs. Okay, let's be honest here. I'm not a prohibitionist. I believe in the power of choice. As long as everyone's honest about it, you want to go drink. I mean, it's going to get you buzzed up. It's going to get you feeling good, but it's temporary. We all know that, don't we? It's a temporary relief, and that's okay. People, I guess a lot of people need that. They temporary relief. I used it as an escape. I used it as escaping responsibility, you know, not really, because I only escaped it for a couple of days. You know, I used to go on weekend binges. When I come back, the responsibility was still there and I had to hustle and catch up for the shit that I didn't do for the 3 days. You know, 1 day sleeping, you know, 3 days hangover. So me today, for me, it's the easier, softer way is a alcohol-free, tobacco-free lifestyle. That's the lifestyle I choose today. And I'm free of a lot of things. I got to be free of chocolate because chocolate, I break out all over my body, but I love it. Okay. And people that drink, just be honest. You get a buzz off, you get high, you know, you get a good feeling. But it's temporary. Look, habitual problematic alcohol and drug use is a quick fix. The solution, we are the solutions. Okay. We are the solution. We are the cure. We are the way. We're the guru. We're the Buddha. We're the gods that they talk about. We're all part of this universal God conscious. You want to use the word God, even though I don't like the word. We're all part of it. Let's see. Now, Bill, look, let's be honest here. Bill don't want to, they don't want to, Alcoholics Anonymous don't want to change this 164 pages. They made little bitsy changes, you know, little tiny changes in it. They don't want to change this book. But Bill was only like two and a third, let's say 3 years sober. 3 years off of the boot. He was in insane asylums, a couple of them. He was pretty problematic. He had a pretty bad issue with alcohol. Okay, I mean, the son of a bitch created a lot of havoc. All right, now he's 3 years. He sees the light. He has a spiritual experience. He goes out. Dr. Silkworth tells him to create a disease concept. Go help another alcoholic. He meets Bill. He meets Bob. Dr. Bob. They both go into the Oxford group, which is a Christian religion. Bill Wilson's sponsor for 20 years was a Jesuit priest. Father Dallin, Catholic, okay? Where do you think he got a lot of stuff at? 3 years. The dude's 3 years, and he's going to tell the family what to do. He's telling the family, he's telling the wife, the husband, the children, the mother, the grandmother, the spouse, the friends. He's telling them what to do. And what he wants them to do? Buy the book, put the money and donate, and come join my programming system of indoctrination. Come join it, because it's all about, if you don't think, look, he was a stockbroker. If you don't think it was a business, it's a corporation. It's 3 corporations. What don't you get? It's 3 corporations, This thing is a money-making, multi-level marketing scheme, okay? Created way back then. Let's see, Bill, 3 years in the journey of the marketing program, and he's going to tell you. He is assuming that the habitual users was these things before, okay? Even converted to good use for others, setting up the other program. It's all set up. They got this whole thing is, it's like Elon Musk. I don't care who it is. It's like any entrepreneur, which is nothing wrong with entrepreneurism. I love it. Okay. That's, nothing wrong with making money, but be honest about it. This thing is a lie. It's a myth. Let's see where we are. 5. It gives false hope to the families. I'm telling you, it gives false hope, because in here it says they're going to become this productive person again, and they're going to reunite with the families. I've seen men and women, they, after 20 years, still not talking to their son. I've seen so many different situations, thousands and thousands of different, after being in a program for 30 years, I've been away for years, but after being in the recovery industry for 38 years, this program is 87 years, 164 pages of antiquated messaging, promotion, and indoctrination. That it works. I'm guaranteeing it that this works. It does, because we work it, because we want it to work. It works because we wanted it to work. Okay, but I'm not talking about does it work or not. I'm talking about, does it enslave a human being? Okay, does it enslave a family? Does it indoctrinate a family? Does it hinder the spiritual, true streetwise spiritual growth? Does it expand the consciousness, awareness of all the other things that are out there? No, it keeps a person locked in to a 12-step pyramid hierarchy ideology, antiquated 87-year-old BS program that says that you are diseased and the only cure is through the 12 steps in God. Yeah, it works, because you make it work. Once people start realizing that any program, yeah, the freedom model works because you decided it's going to work. Yeah, any program works if you want it to work. Okay, let's see where we're at. Admire him, her. The setup to the help other families. Not even one suggestion yet. We didn't get any suggestions what to do, just where to go. This is a continual of Al-Anon, Alateen, ACOA, recruiting family members to spread the gospel of AA 12-step ideology. It's all together. I was in look, my wife went to Al-Anon. Did it help her? Yeah, it helped her, but who changed it? She did. She didn't get no sponsor. She wasn't doing those steps. She learned a few things, and then she moved on, and she learned from other different things, and she got a couple friends and they gave her some suggestions and stuff like that. And yes, that was an influence and that helped me too, okay? But it was me that said yes, not my wife, not AA, not my sponsor, not my friend. It was me. It was, I have to take credit. Now that sounds kind of egotistical in an Alcoholics Anonymous scheme of things, that I had this part in it. Okay. Now was there pointers? Was there pointers to help? Was other people have influence helped? Yes. Yes. But until we as a human being decide to do it and seek it, I can't change anyone. I wish I could. I wish I could go in there and magically change. They are the magic. They are the magic. You are the magic, not me. I'm the magic of me. You are the magic of you. Okay? It's like you are the creator of your destiny. Not AA, not with labels, alcoholic, disease, powerless, insane, ill, sick. Give your life and will and care over to God. Okay, let's see where we're at. The pain body, you know, they talk about the pain body. They talk about the past. Eckhart Tolle in his books talk about the pain body. We have that. I still have the pain body inside of me. It gets pushed. I don't relapse. It's relapse. I don't go out drinking. Look, triggers are all over. They're always going to be there. People say, you know, stay away from. No, learn how to deal with triggers or pain body. Learn, become the teacher and the student. Seek and you shall find. You are the way. So act like it. Suppose we tell you that some of the obstacles, I read that, but the head of the household has spent years in pulling down the structure. Let's move on here. We will take years and only if you are willing to change. We, the family. 6, alcoholics pass through, becomes the principal asset of the family. It is a family indoctrination, love and tolerance, sensitive. They talk about money. Here's what they talk. They're telling the family what to do. First of all, your family is going to go into Alcoholics Anonymous. You're not going to see the husband, wife, or much. Now they're going to, they lost a lot of money. They're in debt, maybe some financial troubles. They got to clean up the wreckage of the past. So leave them alone. Okay, leave him or her alone or whoever alone because they got a lot of work to do. So you're not going to be seeing them anymore. You think you didn't see him before or her before? You're going to see even less of them because they're going to spend most of their time in Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. They're going to be bringing people home. They're going to be helping people. They're going to be working a lot because they got to make up for lost time. So leave them alone. That's what this paragraph is all about. Leave them alone. They criticize, pointing out how he's falling down on his spiritual program. No, he's taking care of business. You ain't going to see him. He's going to make it up. And guess what? He or she wasn't there emotionally for you before. And I hate to tell you, if he or she doesn't get some help, not from this book, from some maybe some therapy, one-on-one counseling, group counseling, mental health advocates, some mindfulness, different types of books. I don't care if it's spiritual or knowledge of the occult, hidden knowledge of life. Seeking. That's where the answers are. It's not here. If you want to be enslaved, stay here. If you want to be open and expand and bring up the subconscious to the conscious and doing true shadow work, go out, seek it out. Come join us at Anonymous Addiction, deprogramming, reprogramming, creating your own program podcast, because that's what this podcast is about. Please subscribe, like it if you do, pass it on, share it. I know people are saying, you're bashing, why are you doing this? But I don't bash people. You won't catch me bashing too many people, even though there's a bunch of assholes in every program around the world, okay? That's a definite. People are going to call me asshole, okay? So, you know, they're going to say, Bobby's this and Bobby's that. So, you know, that's everywhere, okay? I'll tell you what, there's a lot of loving, beautiful people that go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. And I have a lot, I still have some friends that I call friends that attend Alcoholics Anonymous and believe all the ideology and believe all the stuff that, but you know what, when I see them, they have a relationship with me. They know I don't talk 12-step crap. I don't talk AA crap. You want to talk about that? Talk about it with your sponsor and in your meetings. But I'll talk about life. I talk about kids, life, families, situations, travel, all that. You know, I still have friends that attend. It's okay. It's okay. You can leave you can be in the 12-step program and be going to a lot of different other things. You could be planning on leaving Alcoholics Anonymous, and you can already have left Alcoholics Anonymous and still have friendships with other human beings that attend. Yes, that's possible. Okay, they criticize, let's see, let's get A. They should be thankful he is sober. Remember, wife, children, be thankful he's sober. Be thankful he's not there anymore. He's going to AA meetings all the time, and he's still the same asshole that he was, or she. Be thankful for that. You know, don't worry. Be thankful he is sober and able to be this world once more, in this world once more. Let them praise his progress. Oh, Daddy, you're doing so well. Even though I don't see you, don't play with me anymore. You and Mommy still fight, and you go to meetings all the time, and you don't take us anywhere. But you're sober. You're cool. At least you ain't hitting us anymore, or hitting Mommy, or Mommy's not hitting Daddy. Okay. Family responsibility. Okay, now listen. He may have periods of crankiness, depression, or apathy, which will appear when there is no tolerance, love, or spiritual understanding. So please be responsible, family, for your alcoholic family members, because you know you're responsible, don't you? And then we'll send you, once this, you know, this book was written there, they're going to get you in there, but they're sending, see, when you read this book, you're going to understand, because they're going to get you, they're telling you where to go. This is old, the new, they're going to send you right to Al-Anon. They're going to send you to Al-Anon. They're going to send you to Alateen. They're going to bring you into a meeting setting. In some meetings are an Alateen meeting, there's an Al-Anon meeting, there's a babysit meeting, there's a ACOA meeting, in some places, they have every meeting there is, but they don't have other types of meetings that teach rational, logical, free thinking, cognitive behavioral thought. You know. Family and friends. This is what it's about, family and friends. We're going to start a podcast for the family and friends, because I'm really into helping family and friends help deprogram them, you know, from the myths and lies that they've been talking about. Or maybe their children are, you know, habitually using and drugging, and it's problematic for the child, the children, and the family, which is happening all over the world. Okay. It's not getting better. If this was getting better, I wouldn't even be on here. It is getting worse. Alcohol and drug problems are more today than they ever been. Ever been. You know, I'm not a prohibitionist, but the alcohol industry constantly promoting alcohol, constantly and everywhere. Everywhere you go, I don't care where it is, alcohol is promoted. Now, I have a problem with that because they're lying and they're not telling the truth about it, you know, and they're not helping. They're not becoming, no one's holding them responsible for the devastating consequences that poison alcohol has on society. Now, do I have a problem with people drinking? No. Do I have a problem with somebody? No, I have a problem with the alcohol industry lying. I have a problem with the pharmaceutical industry lying. Do I badmouth people on medication? No. Do I badmouth the pharmaceutical industry? Yeah. Do I badmouth people to smoke? No. Do I badmouth the tobacco vaping industry? Even this thing is going to be, this is our AI. This is our artificial intelligence that we are training our brains, minds, subconscious. That's the next big, I mean, that's the big thing, social media. We have, you know, it's a gift or it could be a curse. Just like our minds can be heaven or hell, you know. Heaven's on earth. In Alcoholics Anonymous, see, in the Catholic Church or the Christian Church or the Christian gods or religious gods, you die and go to heaven or hell. In AA, you either die here on earth or you go to heaven when you're in AA. So when you're not in AA, you're in hell. That's what they want you to believe. And when you're in AA, you're going to heaven. And there's only one way to heaven. It's through the 12 steps in recruiting others for life. Let's see, step up the family to pain body. Let's get over to B, over to 9. Where are we at? Oh yeah, okay, so that was the money. Now they're going to go, they should be thankful. Remember, but he must see the danger of over-concentrating on financial success. So now that's dangerous, but be careful, but it's okay. So don't just leave him alone. He may go the other way though too, okay? As each family, a resentful family, begins to see his shortcomings, let's see, 10, he becomes a religious fanatic. He becomes a 12-step big book thumper. He becomes a 12-step big book thumper. 12-step, he becomes a zealous. He becomes a fanatic, an enthusiast, religion enthusiast. He's got to go now. He's got the AA program and he's going to preach it to the world. He's going to preach it to his wife, who he screwed up for so many goddamn years, to his kids that he never was there for. Now he's going to teach them and give them the true spiritual way. Okay. So this page here, 128 of the family afterwards, tells him, oh, if he becomes a religious enthusiast, there is talk about spiritual matters morning, noon, and night. He may demand that the family find God in a hurry. Well, AA wants you to find God. You know, they're preaching it to you. So what the hell are you going to do? You're going to die if you don't get this. And you want to help save them too. Okay, you want to help save your family, right? It's just like religion. It is religion. It's a religious cult. Okay, God, God, God. They may be jealous of a God who has stolen Dad's affection, like the idea that God has accomplished a miracle where they have failed. You know, there's only one way. It says it A, B, and C at the end of how it works. It's all getting you to how it works. And at the end, A, B, and C, the pertinent ideas, the 3 pertinent ideas is you must go to God. You want me to read the 3 pertinent ideas to you again? Okay, the 3 pertinent ideas. A, we were alcoholic and could not manage our lives. We couldn't manage our lives. We're powerless. We're insane. No human power could relieve us. If God could, and what if he were saw it? 3 pertinent ideas. Read those. You got nothing else to say. You know, like I said, there's a lot of bullshit idiots in Alcoholics Anonymous. Same people are going to call me bullshit idiot too. So, you know, everybody's got these things. I found this out through years of seeking, years of being in, years of doing it and not doing it, years of experiment. People say, oh, Bobby, where's your facts and where's your research? I did all my homework. I did all my research. I did all my facts. It's experience. It's called life experience. People think that you got to be a scientist to friggin' find shit out. That you got to be a scientist or an intellectual, academia, college professor to know what the hell's going on in life. No, you got to be a philosopher of wisdom. You got to be a seeker of knowledge. You got to be a seeker of de-occulting the occult. You got to search the hidden truths of the world. This podcast is about deprogramming from ourselves, AA, 12-step, ourselves, society, the world, and the universe, lies that we've been told. What did you learn in 1 to 12th grade? Come on. What did they teach you? A spiritual life which does not, see here, so he's going to become a fanatic now, okay? So he may tell mother who has been religious all her life that she doesn't know what it's all about, that she had been better get his brand of spirituality while it's still yet time left. I was there for a little bit. They got me so brainwashed in the beginning that, you know, I left my Catholicism and started to go into the Christian religion. I went to like Bible studies, but every time I went, it wasn't right. It didn't resonate. Every time they tried to get me, it didn't fit. It didn't resonate. Our bodies are these great designs. Our mind, body, and spirit are these gifts that are given to us that the energy and the vibration, if it doesn't resonate, you can feel it. It has nothing. It's like it's got to be, you know, it doesn't resonate through the chakras of the energy field in the body. I go into these, and it was so. When the veil gets lifted, and you can see through all the bullshit, it's easy to pick stuff out quick, too quick. It's actually, you know, sometimes it's a burden. You know, I feel like it's a burden. But I'm not, you know, people say you're angry, but no, I'm not really angry. I'm not, I get pissed off. Yeah, I get pissed off at things. I still get, yeah, I get angry. I'm not angry right now. That's not why I'm doing this shit, through anger, resentment. Don't judge. Don't have discernment. That's how the hell you think you're going to get through things and understand things if you don't judge things or have discernment about things or have resentment. Don't have resentment. Don't dislike. Don't judge. God about their spiritual matter. They often forget Father was beyond human aid. You forget your husband was a friggin' crazy, insane son of a bitch alcoholic that never was there. Okay, now he's back. He ain't in the house anymore. He's going to AA and probably doing some 13-stepping, maybe. I'm not saying he is, you know, but there's a lot of that shit goes on. Right, Monica? A lot of 13-stepping going on in there all the time. All the time. And the old timer sit back there and shake his head, and man, all the little pigeons come around him or her. That is not so spiritual after all, they say, if he means to right his wrongs. Let's see, God. What about his talk that God will take care of them? He is not so, now listen, here it is again. They're going to tell you what to do, what not to do, and what to feel, how to act to the alcoholic. He is not so imbalanced as they might think. Many of us have experienced Dad's elation, exuberance, fanaticism, cult mentality, the love and the certitude and the devotion to Bill W. and Alcoholics Anonymous without critically thinking or going outside the box, the triangle. Let's see. Yeah, we have indulged in spiritual intoxication. We also had, this is Bill talking, since Bill wrote this shit. Yeah, Bill wrote it all. We have the spiritual intoxication, but you know what? We kind of really like it. And we're zealous, but we're God-fearing, AA-fearing people. Father feels he had struck something better than gold. It's better than gold. It's Alcoholics Anonymous. And it's 12-step programming. If the family cooperates, now, stay tuned. I hope you're still, you got, some people will cut it off, but it's okay because it's going to be on Spotify too. So cut it off, listen to some later. I can't stop. When I go, some people, I'm going to start doing some short 10 minutes. I will, promise you. But when I'm on a roll, I can't stop this thing. This shit's too important. Okay? I got a responsibility. I feel, to tell the truth. I got a responsibility to tell the truth. Look, when I die, I could be dead tomorrow. So when I die, my daughter, my grandkids, kids before them, they can look up this, hopefully, if we archive it, and say, hey, there's my pop-pop, there's my great-grandpop, there's a gentleman that spoke out about something that he believed in, when I'm dead and gone. And I know that'll be, who knows when, but you know what? Right now, I'm living. I'm speaking out. Speak out. Don't be afraid. Stop the labels. Stop with the labels. And I'm not talking about all labels, okay? We don't want to get into that, the political shit, because I'm not political. I'm not Republican or Democrat or liberal or progressive or none of it, because I don't even believe in the government system, okay? Don't tell me about it. Let's not talk about that shit right here. Oh yeah, he found gold all right. He may not see the ones that he has barely scratched the limited load, which is paying dividends only if he mines it for his rest of his life. If he mines this mine of gold for the rest of his life until he dies in Alcoholics Anonymous, the rest of your life, no exit strategy. What a bunch of crock of shit. It's the same as any Catholic church, any Christian church, any religion, it's the exact same. Okay? Go to confession and confess your sins. You can't leave the church. It's a lifelong devotion. Matt Talbot did it. He's canonized as Saint. He's going to be the next canonized as Saint alcoholic. He's the patriot hierarchy saint of alcoholism because he helped some people, because he was a friggin' drunk. He was a bad son of a, he was crazy drunk. And all of a sudden he stops drinking and he's going around helping everybody. So they're going to make him a saint. If the family cooperates, if you cooperate, your daddy's going to stay sober. Okay? But if you don't cooperate, you get in the shit and mess with him, Dad will soon see that he is suffering from a distortion of values. A spiritual life which does not include, now I agree with this. I agree with a couple things in this thing here. A spiritual life which does not include his family's obligation may not be so perfect after all. Wow. One little sentence. I agree with that. If the family will appreciate the dad, but here it goes back. One little sentence. I agree with that. Let me say it again. A spiritual life which does not include his family's obligation. And then it goes, if the family will appreciate that dad's current behavior is but a phase in his development, all will be well. In the midst of an understanding and sympathetic family. Now I'm telling you, over and over and over again. It's your responsibility. This is how to, this is what to, how to take care and be responsible and help your alcoholic. That's what they call them, help your alcoholic. I wish I had some of this shit going on in my family because they didn't do none of this shit and I didn't care because I didn't think it was their responsibility. I knew it wasn't their responsibility. I knew whose responsibility it was. It was mine. Okay. And if my kids need help, my grandkids need help, they could come to me, but I know that I cannot cure them. I'm not the cure for anybody. Things I can change, I know what I can change today mostly. I'm gaining more wisdom to understand it, but I know what I can change today. I can't change anybody. I can help. I can point the way, help them, but I can't make them. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That old little saying there, kind of true. That's why I do these podcasts. Maybe someday somebody will listen and say, you know what? Shit, he's right. I got to do that shit myself. I got to make an effort. I got to try some little thing one day and build upon it because we only have the now. So what are we doing right now that contributes to our mindfulness and helping our conscious awareness and raising our subconscious right now? There's God again. Superior person with God on his side. The family persists on criticizing. Oh, don't criticize. Please don't, family. Don't dare criticize. In the midst of an understanding and sympathetic family, should the family condemn and criticize? Don't do it. If the family persists in criticizing, oh, you families, the family afterwards, you're diseased too. Go get help. Go to Al-Anon. No, I'm only kidding, but go to, that's what they're going to tell you. Go to Al-Anon, go to Alateen, go to ACOA, go to CODA. Go do some one-on-one. Find a nice therapist that believes and has an open mind, that's been aware of all this crap, that has deprogrammed themselves. Go to them, see if they'll do a sliding scale for $20, $20 a session, an hour session, one-on-one. Try that. And then go after that, after the process happens, go into a group of 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. I don't recommend any more than 6, or because the dynamic can get, you know, too crazy in more of a setting. Read some books, you know, read some, look for the hidden knowledge, man. Look for knowledge. Seek wisdom. Let's see, where are we at? They should let him have his head, even if he displays a certain amount of neglect and irresponsibility. Do you believe I'm reading this shit? You even believe I'm reading this stuff? Huh? And you're going to send your kids, your grandmother, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your father, your mother to this shit? Okay. They should let him have his head, even if he displays a certain amount of neglect and irresponsibility towards the family. It is well to let him go as far as he likes in helping other alcoholics. Leave him alone, will you? Wow, man, we got some more pages to go. Ooh, baby. What am I going to have to do? A 2 on this too? I just might have to do a part 2. Damn, I hate to, but I don't want to. We think Dad will be on a firmer foundation than the man who is placing business or professional success. So they're saying, if you go and be a fanatic, a religious fanatic into the program, that's even better than taking care of the financial ruin. You know, I'm going to have to do a part 2. I hate to say it because I'm getting tired, and I know this. I don't know if it's getting repetitive or not. Maybe it is, but listen to it a little bit. Take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you know, I'm going to be signing off. I'm going to do a part 2. Sorry about that. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to Anonymous Addiction Deprogramming Podcast on YouTube, and come see us on Anonymous Addiction, My Truth About AA, private group, as Bobby C sees it, private group. You'll get everything, all the information from there. Check us out on Spotify also. Instagram, My Truth About AA. Here we go. Let's stop or pause.